The age-old question of who gets ahead. In the grand tapestry of life, we often find ourselves pondering the fairness of it all. Is success a result of hard work, talent and perseverance? Or is it more about the circumstances of our birth, the connections we inherit and the opportunities that fall into our laps? These questions have been debated for centuries, and yet they remain as relevant today as ever. Is it the sharpest tool in the shed? The one who burns the midnight oil, constantly striving to improve, to innovate, to push the boundaries of what's possible? We see these individuals everywhere, don't we? The go-getters, the dreamers, the ones who seem to have an endless reservoir of energy and ambition. They are the ones who inspire us, who make us believe that with enough effort we too can achieve greatness, or the one who inherited Daddy's shed in the first place. The fortunate few who start life with a silver spoon in their mouth, who have doors opened for them simply because of their last name. It's easy to feel a pang of envy when we see these individuals seemingly coasting through life, enjoying privileges and opportunities that others can only dream of. But is it really their fault? Or is it just the way the world works? We've all seen it, haven't we? The networking events, the casual conversations that lead to job offers, the unspoken rules that seem to favour some over others. It's a reality that many of us have to navigate, often feeling like we're playing a game where the odds are stacked against us. But what can we do about it? How can we level the playing field and ensure that everyone has a fair shot at success? That colleague seemingly gliding through life on a magic carpet woven from family connections. It's almost as if they have a secret map, guiding them effortlessly from one opportunity to the next. And while it's easy to feel frustrated or disheartened, it's important to remember that everyone has their own journey, their own struggles, and their own battles to fight. The key is to focus on our own path and find ways to create our own opportunities. It's enough to make even the most patient souls scream into their keyboard, isn't it? The feeling of working tirelessly, only to see others leapfrog ahead because of their connections or background. But instead of letting this frustration consume us, we can channel it into something positive. We can use it as fuel to drive us forward, to push us to be better, to work harder and to find new ways to stand out. But before we all descend into an existential crisis, let's take a breath, shall we? It's important to remember that while the world may not always be fair, we have the power to shape our own destinies. By staying focused, staying positive and staying true to ourselves, we can overcome the obstacles in our path and achieve the success we deserve. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. This, my friends, is the unfortunate reality of nepotism, a word that conjures images of favoritism, unfair advantage, and a system that rewards connections over competence. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's a reality that many of us have to face. The question is, how do we navigate this landscape? How do we ensure that our hard work and talent are recognized, even in a world that often seems to value connections more than merit? A word that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth, much like finding out your favorite biscuit tin is empty. It's a feeling of disappointment, of frustration, of wondering why things can't be different. But instead of dwelling on the negatives, we can focus on what we can control. We can build our own networks, create our own opportunities, and find ways to showcase our talents and skills. It's not always easy, but it's always possible. It's a tale as old as time, really, but that doesn't make it any less frustrating, does it? The stories of favoritism and unfair advantage have been told for generations, and yet they continue to play out in our modern world. But just because something has always been a certain way doesn't mean it has to stay that way. We have the power to change the narrative, to create a world where merit and hard work are truly valued. And that's what we're tackling today. We're diving deep into the murky waters of nepotism and favoritism, exploring the impact they have on our lives and our careers. We'll look at real-life examples, hear from experts, and uncover strategies to navigate this challenging landscape. It's a journey that requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to fight for what's right. We're diving headfirst into this murky pond of favoritism to understand why it exists, how it impacts us, and what we can do to combat it. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but by shedding light on it, we can start to make a difference. We'll explore the psychological, social, and economic factors that contribute to nepotism. And we'll hear from those who have successfully navigated these challenges. And most importantly, how we can fight back. We'll discuss practical strategies for building your own network, showcasing your talents, and creating opportunities for yourself. We'll also look at ways to support others who may be facing similar challenges and how we can work together to create a more equitable and just world. It's a fight that requires all of us to stand up, speak out, and take action. Think of this as your survival guide, your armor against the slings and arrows of unfair advantage. With the right tools and strategies, you can navigate this challenging landscape and come out stronger on the other side. We'll provide you with insights, tips and resources to help you succeed no matter what obstacles you may face. It's about empowering yourself and others to create a better, fairer world. Because you deserve that promotion, that recognition, that opportunity. You deserve to be seen and valued for your hard work, your talent and your dedication. And with the right mindset and strategies, you can achieve the success you deserve. It's about believing in yourself, staying focused, and never giving up, no matter what challenges you may face. And we're going to explore how to make that happen. Together, we'll uncover the secrets to navigating the complex world of nepotism and favoritism, and we'll find ways to create our own opportunities and achieve our own success. It's a journey that requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to fight for what's right. But with the right tools and strategies, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve the success we deserve. So what exactly is nepotism, you ask? Well, let's dive into it. In the simplest terms, it's favoritism granted to relatives or close friends in various contexts. Imagine you're at a family gathering and your cousin gets praised for something you did. It's that same principle, but on a much larger scale. Nepotism can manifest in many areas of life, be it business, politics, or even your local pub quiz team. It's everywhere, and it often goes unnoticed until it directly affects you. It's that icky feeling you get when someone gets a free pass to the top, not because they earned it, but because their surname happens to be the same as the CEO's. You see it in job promotions, where the less qualified candidate gets the position because of their connections. Now, I'm not saying that every successful person born into a well-connected family is incompetent. Many of them work hard and are genuinely talented. But the issue arises when their path to success is significantly smoother than that of others. That would be a generalization too far, wouldn't it? It's important to recognize the nuances. Some people do leverage their connections, but they also bring value to the table. But when opportunity is consistently and unfairly skewed in favor of a select few, well, that's where the problem lies. It creates barriers for those who don't have the same connections, making it harder for them to succeed. It creates an uneven playing field, a system where hard work and talent are often overshadowed by who you know, not what you know. This can be incredibly demotivating for those who are trying to make it on their own merit. And that, my friends, is a bitter pill to swallow for anyone striving to climb the ladder of success. Imagine putting in years of effort only to see someone else leapfrog you because of their last name. It's disheartening, to say the least. Nepotism doesn't just affect individuals, it affects entire organizations and societies. When positions of power are filled based on connections rather than competence, it can lead to inefficiency and even corruption. People start to lose faith in the system, believing that no matter how hard they work, they'll never get a fair shot. This can lead to a lack of motivation and a decrease in overall productivity. On the flip side, those who benefit from nepotism may feel undue pressure to live up to expectations. They might constantly worry about being perceived as undeserving, which can take a toll on their mental health. So what can be done to combat nepotism? It's a tough question with no easy answers. Transparency in hiring and promotion processes can help, as can implementing strict anti-nepotism policies. Encouraging a culture of meritocracy, where people are rewarded based on their abilities and achievements, is crucial. It's about creating an environment where everyone has a fair chance to succeed, regardless of their background. At the end of the day, addressing nepotism is about fairness and equality. It's about ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential without being held back by an unfair system. So, the next time you see someone getting ahead because of their connections, remember that it's not just about them. It's about creating a better, fairer world for all of us. Now, nepotism isn't some newfangled concept, you know. Oh no, it's been around for centuries, lurking in the shadows of power and influence. Just take a gander at history and you'll find countless examples of it. Remember the ancient Romans, the Caesars and their penchant for keeping it all in the family? Or how about those medieval monarchs handing out lands and titles like party favours to their kith and kin? Nepotism, you see, has always been the elephant in the room, the unspoken rule of the game, and sadly not much has changed, has it? From Hollywood dynasties to political families, it seems that the more things change, the more they stay the same. But knowing that this isn't a new battle can be oddly empowering, wouldn't you say? It means that for generations people have found ways to overcome this challenge, and so can we. Fast forward to our modern world where glass ceilings are being shattered and diversity is championed, at least in theory. You'd think nepotism would be a relic of the past, wouldn't you? Well, think again. While we've made strides in some areas, the uncomfortable truth is that nepotism is alive and well, thriving in the shadows of even the most progressive workplaces. It's the unspoken bias in hiring decisions, the promotion that mysteriously goes to the boss's nephew, the plum assignments reserved for the inner circle. It's subtle, insidious, and often difficult to pinpoint, but its impact is undeniable. The human cost, when merit takes a back seat. Now let's talk about the real victims here, shall we? The individuals brimming with talent and ambition who find themselves hitting an invisible ceiling, held back by an unfair system. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into your work, consistently exceeding expectations, only to be passed over for a promotion by someone with the right last name. It's demoralizing, disheartening, and frankly, infuriating. Nepotism breeds resentment, stifles creativity, and creates a toxic work environment where playing fair feels like a fool's errand. A glimmer of hope. You're not alone in this fight. But before you despair, dear viewer, let me tell you this. You are not alone. This isn't a battle you have to fight in the shadows. We're in this together. Over the next few sections, we're going to equip you with the knowledge, the strategies, and the confidence to navigate this complex terrain. We'll dissect the different faces of nepotism, expose its insidious impact on individuals and organizations, and most importantly, arm you with practical solutions to fight back. So, stay tuned, my friends, because this is where things get interesting. We're about to break the chains of nepotism and reclaim your career destiny. The psychology of favoritism, why it cuts deep. Now some might say, oh, just toughen up. It's just how the world works. But it's not as simple as that, is it? Nepotism isn't just about missing out on a promotion. It's a psychological blow that goes far deeper. See, we humans, we're wired for fairness. It's in our DNA, passed down from our cave-dwelling ancestors who knew that cooperation and equitable treatment were crucial for survival. So, when we see blatant favoritism, it triggers something primal within us, a sense of injustice that can be deeply unsettling. Studies have shown that experiencing or even witnessing nepotism can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even depression. It can make us question our self-worth, erode our trust in others, and create a pervasive sense of cynicism. The confidence crusher, nepotism's toll on self-belief. Imagine you've been working tirelessly, honing your skills, putting in the extra hours, and then, bam! That promotion you've been eyeing goes to the boss's daughter, who just graduated last week. It's enough to make anyone question their abilities, isn't it? Nepotism has a nasty habit of chipping away at our self-belief. It plants seeds of doubt, making us question whether we're good enough, whether we're working hard enough, whether we'll ever be enough. This loss of confidence can be crippling, especially for those early in their careers. It can lead to decreased motivation, reduced risk-taking, and a general reluctance to put oneself out there. And that, my friends, is a tragedy, because the world needs your talent, your unique voice, your contributions. A stifled workforce, when innovation hits a wall. Now let's shift gears for a moment and look at the bigger picture. Because nepotism doesn't just hurt individuals, it stifles entire organizations and industries. When positions are filled based on connections rather than competence, it creates a breeding ground for mediocrity. Innovation takes a back seat, complacency sets in, and the organization as a whole suffers. A study by the Institute for the Study of Labour found that companies with high levels of nepotism were less profitable and less innovative than their more meritocratic counterparts. Why? Because when you have a culture where the best and brightest are constantly being overlooked, you create an environment where people simply stop trying. The ripple effect beyond the individual. And it doesn't stop there. The ripple effects of nepotism extend far beyond the walls of a single company. It creates a culture of unfairness, erodes trust in institutions, and perpetuates social inequality. Think about it. When people see that success is more about who you know than what you know, it breeds cynicism and disillusionment. It tells them that the system is rigged, that hard work doesn't matter, and that their dreams are simply out of reach. And that, my friends, is a dangerous message to send, especially to younger generations just starting their journey. It's a message that can have far-reaching consequences for society as a whole. Spotting the signs. Is it nepotism or just bad luck? Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I be sure it's actually nepotism? Maybe that person is genuinely qualified, and you're right to be cautious. Not every instance of someone getting ahead is due to favoritism, but there are some telltale signs to watch out for. Is there a clear pattern of relatives holding key positions within the organization? Are promotions consistently awarded to those with family ties, even if there are more qualified candidates? Is there a culture of secrecy and a lack of transparency in decision-making processes? If you find yourself answering yes to these questions, well, it might be time to raise an eyebrow, my friend. Case studies. Nepotism in the headlines. Don't just take my word for it, we've all seen the headlines. Remember the Hollywood nepotism debate that went viral a few years back? Or those political dynasties where power seems to be passed down like a family heirloom? These high-profile cases might seem a world away, but they highlight a very real and pervasive issue that exists in all sectors, from small businesses to multinational corporations. And the consequences can be dire. Loss of public trust, damage to reputation, and even legal ramifications are all very real possibilities when nepotism runs rampant. The legal landscape. Where do you stand? Now, before you go all vigilante on us, let's talk about the legal side of things, because while nepotism might leave a bad taste in your mouth, it's not always illegal. Shocking, I know. Laws vary from country to country, but in many places nepotism itself isn't explicitly outlawed. However, there are laws against discrimination based on protected characteristics, which can sometimes be used to challenge nepotistic practices. For example, if you can prove that you were unfairly passed over for a promotion due to your race, gender or religion, and that the chosen candidate was favoured because of their family ties, you might have a case. A call to action, reclaiming your power. Now, I know all this can seem a bit doom and gloom, but I'm here to tell you that there is hope. You don't have to be a victim of this archaic system. It's time to reclaim your power, my friends. In the next act, we're going to dive into practical strategies to counter nepotism, both on an individual and organizational level. We'll explore how to build your network, advocate for yourself, and create a culture of meritocracy. So stay tuned, because this is where we turn the tables. This is where we fight back against favoritism and create a world where talent and hard work triumph. Leveling the playing field strategies for organizations. Right then, let's have a word with the powers that be, shall we? The decision makers, the CEOs, the heads of HR, those who hold the reins of the corporate machinery. Because tackling nepotism isn't just about individual resilience, it requires a systemic overhaul, a shift in mindset from the top down. First and foremost, organizations need to acknowledge that nepotism is a real problem, not just some disgruntled whispers by the water cooler. Ignoring it won't make it go away, you know. In fact, it only festers and grows in the darkness. Implementing clear and robust anti-nepotism policies is a good place to start. These policies should outline what constitutes nepotism, establish clear guidelines for hiring and promotion, and provide a mechanism for reporting suspected cases without fear of retribution. Transparency is key, shining a light on shady practices. Remember that old saying, sunlight is the best disinfectant? Well, it holds true in the fight against nepotism as well. When organizations operate in secrecy, it creates an environment ripe for favoritism to flourish. Transparency is essential in fostering a culture of fairness and accountability. Make hiring processes more transparent, publish job descriptions widely, use objective criteria for evaluation, and consider involving multiple stakeholders in the decision-making process. And for goodness sake, disclose any existing familial relationships within the organization. Having this information readily available allows employees to understand the dynamics at play and makes it more difficult for favoritism to operate under the radar. Building a meritocracy when hard work trumps heritage. Now here's a radical idea. Let's create a work environment where promotions are earned based on merit, not membership in the right family tree. Imagine that. This means establishing clear performance metrics, providing regular feedback and development opportunities, and creating a level playing field where everyone has a fair shot at proving their worth. Invest in employee development programs, provide opportunities for training, mentorship, and skill building. This not only helps individuals grow, but also creates a more skilled and competitive workforce as a whole. The power of mentorship, finding your champion in the arena. Now let's talk about you, dear viewer, and how you can navigate this treacherous terrain. Because while systemic change is crucial, it doesn't happen overnight. So what can you do in the meantime? One word: mentorship. Finding a mentor within your organization or industry, someone who can offer guidance, support, and a fresh perspective, can be invaluable. A good mentor can help you identify your strengths, navigate office politics, and advocate for you when opportunities arise. They can provide valuable insights and open doors that might otherwise remain closed. Networking your way to success. It's not always what you know. Now I know what you're thinking. Networking? Isn't that just a fancy word for schmoozing and exchanging business cards? Well, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. Done right, networking is about building genuine relationships, both within and outside your organization. Attend industry events, join professional organizations, and make an effort to connect with people from different departments and backgrounds. Building a strong network expands your horizons, exposes you to new ideas, and creates opportunities for collaboration and support. You never know who might be able to offer a fresh perspective, a helpful introduction, or a champion for your cause. Skill up, become the indispensable asset. In a world where connections often overshadow competence, It's more important than ever to make yourself stand out from the crowd. And how do you do that? By becoming so incredibly good at what you do that they can't ignore you, even if your last name isn't etched on the company's cornerstone. Identify your strengths and passions, and then pursue them relentlessly. Take courses, attend workshops, read industry publications, and never stop learning. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become to any organization. And while it might not completely erase the challenges of nepotism, it certainly gives you a fighting chance. Documenting the discrepancies building your case. Right then, let's get down to brass tacks. If you suspect that you're being unfairly disadvantaged due to nepotism, it's essential to document everything. Keep a detailed record of any instances where you believe favoritism has occurred. Note dates, times, specific events, and the names of those involved. Gather any evidence you can, such as emails, performance reviews, or job postings that demonstrate a pattern of bias. Now, I'm not suggesting you become a corporate Sherlock Holmes, but having this documentation can be invaluable if you ever need to make a formal complaint or, heaven forbid, seek legal counsel. Knowing your worth. When to walk away. And finally, my friends, sometimes the bravest and most empowering thing you can do is to walk away. If you find yourself in a toxic work environment where nepotism reigns supreme and your talents are consistently overlooked, it might be time to cut your losses and seek greener pastures. Life is too short to waste your precious time and energy in a place that doesn't value your contributions. Remember, your skills and experience are valuable, and there are organizations out there that will appreciate and reward your hard work. Don't be afraid to seek out a workplace where meritocracy thrives and where you can flourish without constantly battling against an entrenched system of favoritism. Now, some of you might be thinking, what can I, one person, really do to change an entire system? And it's a valid question. It's easy to feel powerless when facing deeply ingrained practices like nepotism. But here's the thing, my friends. Every movement for change, every revolution, every step towards a fairer world started with the courage of individuals who dared to speak up. One voice might seem insignificant, but when joined in unison with others, it becomes a chorus that can shake the very foundations of injustice. Never underestimate the power of your own voice. You have a story to tell, experiences to share, and a right to demand fairness. Don't let fear or resignation silence you. Your voice, however small it may seem, has the potential to spark change. Now, I'm not suggesting you storm into your boss's office waving a pitchfork and demanding justice. There's an art to speaking truth to power, a way to raise concerns effectively without jeopardizing your own position. First and foremost, gather your facts. Don't rely on hearsay or assumptions. Have concrete examples and documentation to support your claims. Present your concerns in a calm, professional manner, focusing on the impact of nepotism on the organization rather than making it a personal attack. If possible, find allies within the organization who share your concerns. There's strength in numbers, and approaching the issue as a collective can be more effective than going it alone. Remember that old African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It rings true in the fight against nepotism as well. You don't have to wage this battle alone. Reach out to colleagues both within and outside your immediate team who may have experienced or witnessed similar instances of favoritism. Share your stories, offer support, and explore ways to address the issue collectively. Remember, there's power in shared experiences. By coming together, you can create a network of support, amplify your voices, and demonstrate that this isn't just an isolated complaint, but a systemic problem that needs addressing. Now, some might say, don't air your dirty laundry in public. And while I agree that discretion is usually the better part of valor, there are times when shining a light on unfair practices can be a powerful tool for change. Social media platforms have become modern-day town squares, places where individuals can share their stories, connect with like-minded individuals, and hold institutions accountable. If you've exhausted all internal avenues and feel that your concerns have fallen on deaf ears, sharing your experience anonymously on social media can be a way to raise awareness and pressure organizations to take action. However, a word of caution: social media can be a double-edged sword. Think carefully about the potential consequences before hitting that post button. Ensure that any information you share is accurate, avoids personal attacks, and focuses on the systemic issue of nepotism rather than singling out individuals. Now, I understand that resorting to legal action might seem daunting, but in some cases, it might be the only way to achieve a fair resolution. If you have strong evidence of nepotism that has resulted in tangible harm, such as loss of income or career advancement opportunities, seeking legal counsel can help you understand your rights and explore possible courses of action. Keep in mind that laws regarding nepotism vary widely depending on your location and the specific circumstances of your case. Consulting with an employment lawyer specializing in discrimination or workplace fairness can provide invaluable guidance and help you determine the best course of action. Remember, this isn't about seeking revenge. It's about fighting for fairness and holding those in power accountable for their actions. Now, let's be clear, my friends. Dismantling deeply ingrained systems of favoritism isn't a quick fix. It requires a fundamental shift in mindset, a collective commitment to creating a culture of fairness, transparency, and meritocracy. It's about challenging our own biases, speaking up when we witness unfair practices, and advocating for a level playing field where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed based on their talents and hard work, not their last name or connections. Creating lasting change requires a multi-pronged approach. Organizations implementing clear policies, individuals advocating for themselves, and a collective commitment to holding each other accountable. It's a journey, not a destination, and it requires ongoing effort and vigilance from all of us. M-Yoga Coaching and Consulting, your partner in career success. Now, I know that navigating the treacherous waters of nepotism can be daunting, but you don't have to do it alone. That's where M-Yoga Coaching and Consulting comes in. We're here to empower you with the tools, strategies, and support you need to thrive in your career, regardless of the challenges you face. Our team of experienced career coach and consultants provides personalized guidance, helping you identify your strengths, overcome obstacles, and achieve your professional goals. We offer a range of services from one-on-one coaching to workshops and online resources, all designed to equip you with the skills and confidence to navigate the complexities of the modern workplace. We believe that everyone deserves an equal opportunity to succeed, and we're passionate about helping individuals break free from the constraints of nepotism and build fulfilling careers based on merit and hard work. Breaking the chains, a future free from favoritism. As the sun rises over a new day, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment in history. A moment where we can choose to break free from the chains of favoritism and nepotism that have long held us back. This is not just a fight for fairness, it is a fight for the very soul of our society. And so, my friends, as we come to the end of our journey today, I want to leave you with a message of hope and resilience. The journey to a fairer world is not an easy one, but it is a journey worth taking. It is a journey that requires each of us to look within ourselves and ask, what can I do to make a difference? It is a journey that demands courage, determination, and a willingness to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. The fight against nepotism might be an uphill battle, but it's a battle worth fighting. By raising our voices, demanding transparency, supporting each other, and refusing to accept the status quo, we can create a ripple effect that will be felt for generations to come. Imagine a world where every individual, regardless of their background or connections, has an equal opportunity to succeed. A world where merit and hard work are the only criteria for success. And working together to create a culture of fairness, we can build a society where everyone has a fair shot at achieving their dreams. This is not just a lofty ideal, it is a tangible goal that we can achieve if we come together and commit to making it a reality. It starts with small actions, supporting local businesses, mentoring young people, and advocating for policies that promote equality and fairness. We can break the chains of favoritism and create a world where success is earned through hard work and merit, not handed down through family trees. Imagine the possibilities that would open up if everyone had an equal chance to prove themselves. Think about the untapped potential that could be unleashed if we remove the barriers that hold so many people back. This is the future we can create if we are willing to fight for it, not handed down through family trees. This is a future where the playing field is level and everyone has the opportunity to rise to the top based on their own merits. It is a future where we celebrate diversity and inclusion, and where we recognize that our differences make us stronger. It is a future where we can all thrive, regardless of where we come from or who we know. Remember the wise words of the great Nelson Mandela, who said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." These words remind us that even the most daunting challenges can be overcome if we have the courage to face them head-on. Mandela's life is a testament to the power of perseverance and the impact that one person can have on the world. His legacy is a beacon of hope for all of us, showing us that change is possible if we are willing to fight for it. Let us be the generation that finally dismantles this archaic system and builds a future where opportunity is truly equal for all. This is our moment to make a difference. We have the power to create a world where everyone has a fair chance to succeed, regardless of their background or connections. It is up to us to take action and make this vision a reality. We can start by educating ourselves and others about the impact of nepotism and favoritism, and by advocating for policies that promote fairness and equality. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your support and commitment to this cause are what will make the difference. Together, we can create a future where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. This is not just a dream, it is a goal that we can achieve if we work together. Let us continue to stand up for what is right and fight for a fairer, more just world. If you're ready to take control of your career and break free from the limitations of nepotism, now is the time to act. There are resources and support systems available to help you navigate this journey. Whether it's through mentorship, networking, or professional development, there are many ways to overcome the barriers that nepotism creates. Don't let the limitations of the past hold you back from achieving your dreams. We encourage you to book a complimentary career breakthrough call with M-Yoga Coaching and Consulting. This is an opportunity to gain valuable insights and strategies that can help you advance in your career. Our team of experienced coach and consultants is here to support you every step of the way. We believe in your potential and are committed to helping you achieve your goals. Together, let's build a future where talent and hard work are the only currencies that matter. A future where everyone has the opportunity to succeed based on their own merits. This is the world we can create if we are willing to fight for it. Let us continue to work together to make this vision a reality. Thank you for being a part of this journey and for your commitment to creating a fairer, more just world. Recapping the battlefield: nepotism's lasting impact. Well, my friends, we've journeyed through the tangled web of nepotism. We've seen its insidious tendrils reaching into every corner of the professional world, squeezing the life out of meritocracy and leaving countless talented individuals feeling defeated and disillusioned. It's a tale as old as time, this insidious favoritism, but that doesn't make it sting any less painful. We've explored the psychological toll it takes, eroding confidence and breeding resentment like weeds in a once promising garden. And we've seen how it stifles innovation within organizations, creating a stagnant pond where fresh ideas fear to tread. The battlefield is littered with the casualties of this silent war, Missed opportunities, stifled creativity, and the bitter taste of injustice lingering on the tongues of those who dared to dream bigger than their last name. But here's the thing about battles, my friends. They're not won by retreating into the shadows and accepting defeat. They're won by standing shoulder to shoulder, raising our voices in unison and demanding better. We've discussed the power of individual action, of speaking truth to power, of documenting discrepancies, and of knowing your worth well enough to walk away from toxic environments. These are the weapons in your arsenal, the tools to carve your own path in a world that often seems determined to keep you down. But the true revolution, the seismic shift that will reshape the landscape of opportunity, requires a collective effort. It demands that organizations implement transparent and equitable practices, that leaders champion merit over bloodlines, and that each of us becomes a vocal advocate for a world where talent, not connections, paves the road to success. Remember, my friends, your career is your own. Don't let the shadow of nepotism eclipse your aspirations. This isn't about lamenting the unfairness of it all, but about equipping yourself with the tools and mindset to navigate this complex terrain. Embrace continuous learning, hone your skills to a razor's edge, and become an indispensable asset in your field. Network strategically, building genuine connections that transcend transactional exchanges. And never ever underestimate the power of your own voice. This isn't just about climbing the corporate ladder. It's about crafting a career that aligns with your values. A career built on a foundation of hard work, integrity, and a refusal to be defined by someone else's definition of success. And if you find yourself needing a guiding hand, a strategic partner to help you navigate this treacherous landscape, remember that M Joga Coaching and Consulting is here for you. We are more than just career coach and consultants. We are champions of merit, advocates for fairness, and believers in the untapped potential that resides within each individual. We offer personalized guidance, tailored strategies, and unwavering support to help you break free from the constraints of nepotism and build a career that reflects your true worth. Don't let the system dim your light. Let us help you shine brighter than ever before. So, as we raise a glass to the future, let us toast to a world where opportunities are earned, not inherited, where talent trumps connections, and where hard work, integrity, and a relentless pursuit of excellence are the ultimate measures of success. Remember the words of the indomitable Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Never stop dreaming, my friends, and never ever give up on building a future where merit reigns supreme. Book your complimentary career breakthrough call with M Joga Coaching and Consulting today. And let's embark on this journey together. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs.